Welcome back to another episode of Why Did I Ever Think Starting an Online Store Was a Good Idea? Today we're going to tackle the 5 conversion killers that have been haunting your dreams and ruining your profit margins. Don't worry, we'll get through this together. So coming in at number 5, lack of social proof. You know that word of mouth is a powerful tool. You probably ask your friends for recommendations before making a purchase, and your customers do the same. Social proof is the idea that people will follow the actions of others because they believe those actions are the right thing to do. This can come in the form of customer reviews, testimonials, social media posts, like little screenshots, or even celebrity endorsements or content creator endorsements. Ignoring the power of social proof is a big mistake when it comes to conversion rates. Customers want to know that other people have had positive experiences with your product or service before they make a purchase. In fact, a study by Bright Local found that 91% of consumers read online reviews before making a purchase. This is something that we talked about on this channel quite some time, and that is including reviews throughout your website, homepage, collection page, most important, product page. Conversion rate killer number 4, no clear call to action. Do your customers know what to do when they land on your website? If not, you might be missing out on sales. You know that time is valuable and you want to be efficient in your shopping. I remember one time when I was looking for a new gym bag, I found a website that had a lot of options, but I wasn't sure what to do next. There was no clear call to action, and I ended up leaving the website without making a purchase. So having clear call to actions, making people walk down a funnel of like, if you want gym bags, this is the page where you can actually sort them and look at them in different views. And then from that page, a clear call to action that takes them to the product page. And then on that product page, a clear call to action to add to cart. And we're not even talking about verbiage. We're also talking about colors, size, spacing. All those things matter when it comes to the call to action. Conversion rate killer number 3, lack of trust. Trust is essential when it comes to online shopping. You know that you don't want to be scammed or ripped off, and your customers feel the same way. I remember one time when I was shopping for a new soundbar, I came across a website that had great price, but something about the website just didn't seem trustworthy. There were no reviews. We talked about reviews. The website looked maybe a little bit outdated. Even something as little as that copyright year at the very bottom, right? Things like that. If that's outdated, I automatically think that maybe the people on this website don't pay attention to detail, and maybe, is anyone running this website? I ended up going to a different website, even though the price was maybe a little bit higher. The lesson here is to make sure that your website looks trustworthy. So you need to add customer reviews, security badges, any other trust signals that you can think of. When your customers trust your website, they will be more likely to actually make a purchase and go through with it. Something that I like to talk a lot about on this channel is that confidence booster section. So it's a simple 3-column section where you talk about how you run your business. Free shipping on orders over 35, fast, free, easy returns, made in the USA, and Bowling Green, Kentucky, and have a little icon for each of those things. And again, it may not be something that your customers sort of stop there to actually read through everything. It's more of that psychological, thing that pops into their head. Hey, they're a legitimate company. This is how they run their business. Again, it's just a boost into trust and confidence for the customer. I just want to remind you, if you're enjoying the content, make sure that you hit the subscribe button, hit that like button. It literally helps us out a lot. Conversion rate killer number 2, poor user experience. Have you ever been on a website where you couldn't find what you were looking for? Maybe you don't have time to waste around and click through a lot of pages or products, trying to navigate a confusing navigation, a confusing website. Your customers will feel the same way. Now imagine you were looking for, let's say, a coffee maker, and you went to a website and it had a ton of different options, but the navigation at the top was very confusing and you couldn't find anything, right? You would probably end up like the actual search and go to a different website that lays out a better way on how to find the products. The lesson here is to make sure that your website has a clear, easy to use navigation system, and make sure that your search function works properly, and consider even adding filters to help your customers find what they're looking for. By providing a better user experience, you'll keep your users on your website longer and increase your chances of making a sale. Again, you have to think about the customer's mind when you're building your navigation, when you're building your search, when you're building your filters. Recommendation right now, install Search and Discovery, made by Shopify. This is an app that will allow you to do product recommendations, do filters, handle search synonyms and different things like that. Highly, highly recommend. Now, before we get to the number one conversion rate killer, I do want to remind you that we have some links down below in the description. One of them being the Website VIP Day. This is a service that we generated for customers just like you, Shopify store owners that want a website, a Shopify website in one day. If you're interested in doing that with us and handling these conversion rate killers for you, then check the link in the description below. Now, without further ado, a slow website is the number one conversion rate killer. Did you know that 40% of people abandon a website if it takes more than 3 seconds to load? And you already know, time is precious. You don't want to waste it waiting for a website to load, and neither do your customers. I've been to so many websites that just take forever to load. Even the homepage, right? Number one tip right here, homepage, having a hero slider with a bunch of big different images, it's gonna take a long time to load all those different images. Also, the amount of apps that you have. If the rest of the images on your website are not properly sized and converted for web, it's gonna take a long time to load. You want to make sure that your website is optimized for speed. Tools like Google PageSpeed Insights or GTmetrix, and make sure that you're optimizing your images, you're compressing your files, you're eliminating any unnecessary code, eliminating any unnecessary apps. Even in the back end of your theme, instead of using the little eyeball to hide sections, make sure that you're actually deleting those sections if you're not using them. Your customers will appreciate a fast loading website, and it will help increase your conversion rate. All these conversion rate killers that we talked about are things that people tend to ignore or don't pay attention to, and will slowly kill your website. So these 5 things are going to be super important to stay on top of. That's all I have for today. We'll see you in the next one.